The concealed carry landscape in 2026? It isn't your grandfather's market anymore. It isn't even the same market it was 3 years ago. The tectonic plates have shifted, and the legacy brands that used to comfortably rule the roost are looking over their shoulders at some seriously impressive newcomers. These companies aren't just winning with flashy Instagram ads or loud marketing campaigns. They're winning where it actually counts. Reliability, innovation, and that gritty, real-world performance that keeps you safe when things go sideways. Today, we are cutting through the hype to count down the top 5 concealed carry pistols secretly dominating 2026. These are the tools redefining what it means to carry smart, light, and ready. And trust me, you are going to want to stick around for the #1 spot. It is not the big brand you think it is. It's a platform that's effectively beaten the industry titans at their own game. Before we get into the list, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell. We've got a lot of hidden gems and range reviews coming down the pipe that you don't want to miss. And hey, let's start a fight in the comments. Polymer or metal frame for carry? Drop your vote below. I read every single one. We're kicking this off with the pistol that arguably started the slimline revolution and refuses to die, the Glock 43X MOS. Look, I know what you're thinking. Glock, that's not a secret. But here's the thing. In 2026, the 43X MOS isn't just surviving, it is thriving as the quiet backbone of the concealed carry world. It's the reliable pickup truck of pistols. It might not have heated seats standard, but it starts every single morning. The 43X MOS hits that Goldilocks zone. It's just over an inch thick, so it disappears under a t-shirt, but it has that slightly longer grip that lets you get a full firing grip. If you've ever tried to draw a micro compact with a hanging pinky under stress, you know exactly why that grip length matters. But let's be real for a second. The reason the 43X is still dominating isn't just the gun itself, it's the ecosystem. You buy a Glock and you basically gain access to the Lego store of gun parts. Out of the box, you get 10 rounds. Fine. But in 2026, nobody keeps it stock. You're grabbing those Shield Arms S15 magazines, which are still the gold standard upgrade. Suddenly, you have 15 rounds of capacity in a flush-fit mag. That changes the math completely. Now, is it perfect? No. The MOS stands for Modular Optic System. But let's be honest, we all hate adapter plates. They add height and failure points. But because the aftermarket is so huge, you can fix that. You can fix the plastic sights, you can swap the trigger shoe, you can stipple the frame. The Glock 43X MOS makes the list because it is the blank canvas of the gun world. It's the pistol you buy when you want zero worries about reliability, and you want the freedom to build it exactly how you want it. Coming in at number 4 is the challenger that looked at the market and said, we can do it better out of the box. This is the Springfield Hellcat Pro OSP. While Glock makes you buy aftermarket mags to get capacity, Springfield just gives it to you. The Hellcat Pro ships with 15-round flush-fit magazines, and they've got 17-round extended options that barely add any length. For a lot of you watching, that value proposition right there is the deal sealer. Let's talk about that OSP in the name. That stands for Optical Sight Pistol. It's Springfield's way of saying optics ready, and they did a great job with the cut. You can direct mount a lot of the popular micro red dots like the Shield RMSC footprint, so your optic sits low enough to actually use your iron sights as a backup. That is a huge tactical advantage. Shooting this thing feels intentional. I remember the first time I took the Pro to the range. I expected it to be snappy like the original smaller Hellcat, but that extra bit of length on the barrel and the grip really tames the impulse. It's got this adaptive grip texture that feels like sandpaper when you squeeze hard, but is smooth against your skin when you're carrying. It's a small detail, but when you're wearing this thing inside your waistband for 12 hours, your skin thanks you. The Hellcat Pro OSP is for the guy or gal who doesn't want to tinker. You don't want to buy a new trigger or hunt down aftermarket magazines. You want to open the box, load the mag, put on a dot, and know you have 15+1 rounds of "get off me" ready to go. It's steadily carving out market share because it respects your time and your wallet. Now at number 3, we are shaking things up. This is a pistol that I think is criminally underrated, but is quietly stealing the hearts of shooters who prioritize ergonomics above everything else. The Walther PDP F-Series. Walther markets this as designed for smaller hands, but don't let that marketing fool you. This is arguably the most comfortable striker-fired carry gun on the market, period. Here's the secret sauce: the trigger. If you are tired of mushy, gritty triggers on your carry guns, pick up a PDP. The break is like snapping a glass rod. It is clean, crisp, and the reset is ridiculously short. When you are trying to put rapid shots on target at 7 yards, that trigger does half the work for you. The ergonomics are next level. The F-Series changes the grip angle and reduces the reach to the trigger, which means for 90% of shooters, your finger lands exactly where it's supposed to without you having to adjust your grip. Plus, the slide serrations, what they call super terrain serrations, are deep. You can rack this slide with sweaty hands, muddy hands, or arguably with your eyes closed. Why is it dominating in 2026? Because people are realizing that shootability matters more than just raw specs on a spreadsheet. The PDP F-Series is slightly chunkier than a 43X, sure, but when you shoot it, it feels like a full-size duty gun. It manages recoil beautifully. If you are the type of person who believes the interface between your hand and the gun is the most critical factor in survival, the Walther PDP F-Series is the one you've been looking for. At number 2, we have the platform that didn't just shift the paradigm, it broke it and built a new one. I'm talking about the SIG Sauer P365 family, specifically the X Macro and its premium big brother, the AXG Legion. Let's start with the X Macro. When this dropped, it blew everyone's mind. 17 rounds in a gun that is barely an inch wide? Physics said no, but SIG said, watch this. But the real magic isn't just the ammo count, it's the integrated compensator. SIG cut expansion chambers directly into the slide. No threaded barrels to worry about, no timing issues, no loosening screws. You just get a slide that vents gas upward, shoving the muzzle down. I've run drills with the X Macro against non-compensated guns of the same size, and it's not even fair. The dot just stays in the window. You feel like you're cheating. But then, SIG decided to drop the mic with the AXG Legion. They took that X Macro formula and swapped the polymer grip for an all-metal aluminum alloy frame. Guys, the moment you pick up the Legion, you get it. The cold metal, the G10 grips, the weight balance. It feels like a custom 2011, but in a package you can actually conceal. The recoil impulse on the AXG Legion is practically non-existent. Between the metal frame soaking up the vibration and the comp taming the muzzle rise, it shoots flatter than most duty pistols twice its size. Glock guys, Hellcat guys, even the hardcore 1911 crowd, I'm seeing them all switch to this platform in 2026. It's expensive, yeah, but it's the do-it-all solution. You can carry it in a t-shirt, or you can run it in a tactical class on a battle belt. It bridges the gap between carry gun and duty gun better than anything else out there. And here we are, the #1 concealed carry pistol dominating 2026. This is the gun for the shooter who wants perfection without having to build it themselves. The Shadow Systems CR920 Elite. Remember when I talked about the Glock 43X and how you have to replace the sights, the trigger, and the mags? Shadow Systems looked at that and said, why don't we just build the gun that everyone is trying to turn their Glock into? This isn't just a clone, it's an evolution. The CR920 Elite is a micro-compact that shoots like a competition gun. The engineering here is geek-level cool. They use a spiral-fluted match-grade barrel, which looks amazing in bronze, but also reduces weight and increases accuracy. They undercut the trigger guard and extended the beaver tail so high that the gun sits incredibly low in your hand. That means less muzzle flip and faster follow-up shots. But the killer feature, the reason it takes the #1 spot, is the optic system. While other companies are forcing you to use plastic adapter plates, Shadow Systems patented a multi-footprint cut that lets you mount almost any major red dot directly to the slide. I'm talking Holosun, Trijicon RMRCC, Shield, screwed right into the metal. This gives you the strongest, lowest mounting system in the industry. Your dot sits low enough that you can co-witness with standard height sights. And the capacity? You get 10+1 flush or 13+1 extended. But unlike other extended mags that feel like an afterthought, the Shadow Systems mag actually completes the grip. It feels seamless. In 2026, the CR920 Elite is winning because it respects your intelligence. It gives you the reliability of the Glock platform, the ergonomics of a custom shop, and the best optic mounting system on the market, all out of the box. No upgrades needed. You buy it, you lube it, you trust your life to it. It's the newcomer that studied the masters and then beat them at their own game. And that is why the Shadow Systems CR920 Elite is our #1 pick. So there you have it. The landscape has changed, and frankly, we as shooters are the winners. Whether you stick with the legendary reliability of the Glock, the metal-framed luxury of the SIG AXG, or the custom-grade performance of Shadow Systems, you can't really go wrong. But I want to hear from you. Did I get it right? Is the metal-framed revolution real, or is polymer still king? And did I snub your favorite carry piece? Let me know in the comments below. Stay safe, train hard, and I'll see you in the next one.